What's up, Liberty Junior High? It's Alex coming to you with another video, and today is Sunday, and that's right, you know what it means. That means it's time for another sermon. And today I want to set us up for next week. Some of you may have heard Service Sunday is happening next week at Liberty Church for Liberty's Anniversary Sunday. That means we're going to be going into the community and cleaning up the streets. We're going to help some apartment complexes. We got a lot of stuff happening at Liberty Church for you guys that you can serve if you are willing and your parents are wanting to do that, or you can even serve right where you're at. So today we're going to talk about why should you serve? You might be asking that question, and here is one of the answers coming to you from Matthew 20. We're going to start at verse 24. Now, to set this up, this is Jesus. He had two of his apostles. Their mom came and asked if they could sit next to Jesus in heaven. And he said, "You don't know what you're asking." And the other 10, we're picking up right here, the other 10 just heard about it in verse 24. When the 10 other disciples heard what James and John had asked, they were indignant. But Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rulers in this world lord it over their people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be the first among you must become your slave. For even the Son of Man came to be not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many." So Jesus said to be part of this body, to be in leadership, it is not about holding it over people, it's about serving other people. And I remember when I was in junior high, we did a few things for a homeless shelter nearby, and at first I was like, why would I want to do this? This is weird. And then when I got over that feeling and I went for the first time, this is what happened to me. All right, walked in, I'm like, man, the place smelled. We were gonna serve food, we were gonna paint some fences, and we're just gonna do basic stuff, give them some sandwiches, meet them, stuff like that. And what I realized in that moment is it took me out of myself. When we walked in, we saw other people with bigger problems than us, and we were just sat there able to meet them, get their names, give them some food, and the change on those people from the sadness of their faces just to get a smile, just the smile in some of them when they're walking out, thanking you for being there, thanking you for caring enough to give them a sandwich. Just the simple act there just changed the perspective of not just me, but some of my friends that went to that service too, just helping the homeless. Now, when you serve, it's about getting outside of yourself. The world wants to put a lot down. Last week we talked about the pressure cooker, how the world, all the news, all the negativity can weigh you down, and sometimes you just feel like it's just too much. And just like a pressure cooker, it's building up the pressure till there's a release, and then bam, you go faster than ever before. And sometimes that starts with getting outside yourself and serving someone else. And you can serve as little as walking down the street, saying hi to someone, ask them if they need anything. You see that house or something like that could use some lawn mowing, ask if they would like you to mow their lawn for them. Whatever it is, it's a simple act of kindness to go outside of yourself can go a very long way. And why do we do this? It's not because we want to be glorified. It's not because we want to sit at the right hand of Jesus, which is cool, but it's about what you also get out of it. You're helping someone, and what you don't expect from it is when you're helping them, when you're serving them, you feel better about yourself, because we were made for community. We were made to be with other people. You might be sitting there right now, tired of sitting at home by yourself, and you're just like, meh. You're trying to supplement it with video games or Skype calls or whatever, video chats, stuff like that. And it's just not the same. And you're just trying to put it in words, but you're not quite there. And it's because we were made to be in proximity to each other, to not just listen and hear someone talk or talk ourselves, but to be able to feel how they're going about it, to be able to respond to what's going on in the natural, because you can see not just what they're saying, but you can also feel that emotion off of them, if you know what I mean. When someone's upset, you don't even have to sometimes see their face, but you know they're upset by the way their body is looking or by the way they're responding to the world around them in that moment. You can just feel it. It's just recognizing what's going on in the supernatural. And that's one of the things we want to serve, because we want to be outside of ourselves, get outside of ourselves and help some other people out. Why? Because just the heart of Jesus is to serve other people, whether it's cleaning up the streets just so it looks better, so we can say, man, Fairfield looks better because we cleaned it up. Maybe it's serving at the apartment complex where you're going to help in whatever way possible to help them out. All it's for is to do something outside yourself and be a part of something bigger than you. So you take some of that pressure off, some of it goes away because you realize some of your problems aren't as big as they appear to be. You might be sitting there seeing online all the, well, first world problems is a great hashtag to implement this. Your power goes out, or the internet's slow, or your phone's acting up. First world problems, and sometimes those first world problems seem huge until you interact with someone who has only eaten one meal a day for the last week, or someone who literally, I remember walking into one and helping this person put their clothes away in their closet. Simple task. And it stuck out to me when I was preparing for this, because the guy literally just, he didn't know how to fold his clothes. He didn't understand why he needed to put away. And we just kind of helped him through it. And then when we asked him, well, why is it so complicated for you? Because we junior hires, we didn't know any better. And he said that he was raised in the foster care system and he's only ever had a maximum of 3 sets of clothes, and he never had to put them away. So he learned how to fold, but he never understood why to put away, because you're just going to keep using it. And the first time he had a chance to have a room to himself with a dresser, he just wasn't processing why he needed to keep them clean and why he needed to fold them, why he needed to put it in. It's something so simple as teaching him how to fold, and the reason why he put away, just to gain that discipline, was so shocking to him that we realized that our problems that we're thinking is a huge deal was really small compared to someone who's never had more than 3 sets of clothes. And the first time in his life, and he was in his mid-30s, he finally had more than 3 sets of clothes. That's why we serve, we get out of ourselves, because then all of a sudden you realize how small some of our problems really are. And that's why we're encouraging you, junior hires, high schoolers, whoever's watching us, to serve your community, your neighborhood. Maybe it's going to your next door neighbors and delivering some cookies. Maybe it's something as simple as that, just to go out of your way to serve someone who didn't expect it and may need a hand up. It's not to push them down. It's not to do any of that type of thing. It's literally go over and say, I want to help. What can I do to help you? And you will be more surprised by how much you get out of it than what it actually took to do it, because you just feel better. There's a weight that just kind of comes off you when you get out of yourself and serve. That's why next Sunday we want to gear up to do it. Now, what do you need to do in the meantime? This week, pray about an opportunity that you can serve, whether that's between this Sunday and next Sunday, maybe it's for next Sunday, whatever it is. Pray for the opportunity to serve somebody that you might not know or someone that needs it the most. Challenge number 1. Challenge number 2. Figure out a way to serve someone in your family, whether it's a sibling or parents. Go out of your way not to be asked, but to do something that they didn't expect, that needs to be done, that's been overlooked, and don't seek for recognition about it. Just do it and let them realize that you did it for you. And you'll realize that at first you're like, I don't know about this. But then when they realize it and how thankful they are, you're going to appreciate it. That's challenge number 2. So 1, pray for what you should be doing this next week. Number 2, help a family member. Number 3, get in that word and figure out what is your best talent that you could be serving in. Pray for it. Look in the word. Look around you. Pray for the opportunity that best suits your skill sets for someone that you don't know. Maybe it's reaching out to someone that you haven't talked to in years. Maybe it's the neighbor down the street. Whatever it is, pray for the opportunity to use one of your particular talents or skills to serve someone else. Maybe it's to paint them a picture. Maybe it's to give them an encouraging word. Maybe it's to bake them some food because you got some skills in that kitchen. Whatever it is, pray for that opportunity. So number 1 is what you're going to do between this today and next Sunday, or that is going to be able to serve the general community. Number 2 is how can you do something to serve your family? And number 3 is how can you serve someone that you either don't know or a neighbor that you kind of know? Those are your challenges this week, to serve our neighborhoods, to serve our community, because Liberty's been around for 29 years. We're celebrating the 29th anniversary next Sunday, and we want to get out of the four walls of the church and serve somebody, because I know, when you build relationships, when you serve somebody, you actually have a chance of making lasting friendships, and someone can get saved from it. And what we want to do as a body of Christ is to serve other people, let them know how much we care before we try to influence them of how much we know. So that's my challenge this week. That's this week's sermon. I hope you're doing well. I hope this message found you well. And I hope that you are staying healthy, wealthy, and wise, and that you're doing better today than yesterday. And of course, better tomorrow than today. And keep on praying for what you're going to be doing for this week's Serve Challenges. God bless you, and have a great day.